Sarah, wait longer. Remember, wait longer. Don't go, wait longer here. Don't go so fast back here, okay? You wait longer on the side. Better. Better. Way better. Racket up on the backhand. Go up with the racket a little bit. Up. Better. Better. Sarah, a little bit higher with the racket here, okay? Better. And attack this one. Go. Very strong. Nice. Sarah, how does it feel when you wait longer?
Better.
It feels more continuous, doesn't it?
Much better.
Yeah. And actually your ground stroke speed goes way up.
And you know, since you corrected me,
Yeah.
I noticed I corrected some people.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a fundamental element for anyone, even at the recreational level. You don't want to be back here stuck in this portion of your strokes.
Right.
You want that part to be continuous. You get more acceleration that way. But today I want to take a look at your serve.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and warm up your serve. Let me just observe you for a little while. Oh, you get some nice pace on there. Sarah, what do you think is your number one mistake on the serve?
I will say my consistency with the toss.
Consistency with the toss. Okay, keep going. Do it again. Okay, there's a nice serve. Do it one more time. There's one colossal mistake on your serve. You have any idea what it is? It happens on every serve.
The toss. The foot fault.
Yes, the foot
Oh,
fault.
the foot fault.
So you know about the foot fault.
I knew before, but
You know about it. You have to get rid of it. Like, not only is it illegal, it's
Right.
not legal, okay? Let's face it. You can't do a foot fault. It's an illegal move, but also it can mess up a little bit your biomechanics on the serve. So I'm going to teach you a way how to forever get rid of the foot fault, okay? Have people tried to fix that for you, the foot fault?
college.
College to try to fix it so they notice it. Did you ever
I tried to fix it.
Did you ever get called for foot faults
Yes.
in matches? You
And
did.
One time I will never forget.
What was
It
it?
was in a tiebreaker,
Yeah?
and I lost the tiebreaker.
No way.
Like last point of the tiebreaker, it was a foot fault.
On match point, they called a foot fault on you. On a second serve?
Second serve. It was set point actually.
Oh my
But whatever.
goodness.
It
But
was
see what I
really
mean?
bad.
So in addition to it being illegal, there's also some mechanical issues that can happen on your serve. So let me see a couple more, okay? Let me just tell you where the foot fault is occurring. It's when you toss the ball. So let me grab a ball real quick. So here's how you do it. You go here, toss it up, and now you step. So you're stepping when the ball's in the air. You step very late with that foot. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build what I call the 1-2-3 rhythm. And it's a foolproof method to get rid of the foot fault forever. It'll never happen again. Here's how you're going to do it. Watch. We're going to count to 3, okay? So step number 1, we're going to be on the front foot, like this. Step number 2, we're going to be on the back foot. We're going to keep the racket and the ball in front. The tip of the front foot is going to go up to into the air. You already do that. And now here's the important part when it comes to the foot fault, is that at step number 3, you're going to start transferring the weight from the heel to the toe. At the same time, you're going to do your take back and your toss. So 3 things are going to happen simultaneously. Let me show you. Again. Here's 1, weight is on the front foot. Here's 2, weight is on the back foot. And here is 3. So you saw what I did there was that I transferred all the weight to the tip of my front foot. And this comes in very handy when we're talking about the loading position, because you want to be on your toes in a loading position. Okay? So the fact that you're going to have the majority of your weight on the front part of your foot, the heel is going to be up. It's going to make it impossible to take a step, because how do we take a step? We take a step heel to toe. When you're here, you're not going to take a step. All right, so let's try the 1, 2, 3 rhythm. Okay, 1, 2, wait. You're going too early here. Go again. 1, come back to the front. Okay, front foot is 1.
1.
Okay, 2, back foot. Bring the tip of the front foot up. Go ahead. 1, 2, hold this position. And now at 3, you're going to do 3 things simultaneously. You're going to go here, here, and you're going to start transferring here. Okay? Do it again.
Okay.
1,
1.
2, toes. Now get on your toes though. So you load.
And when I load,
You load on your. That's
no?
a whole another subject. Yes, there's other parts that you're going to do with your body, but let's not over confuse the brain now. But let's just focus on your feet, because we're fixing the feet. But look at the other stuff later. And what I want you to focus on is that you go 1, 2, 3 here. You see this? Heel to toe. You got to get that heel off the ground. That's going to get rid of the foot fault.
It's 1,
2. Okay, go ahead. 1,
2,
2, 3. There it is, but a little bit higher. Get the heel up. Get the heel up.
Up.
There you go. On your toes there.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2.
3.
There you go. And now at the same time, when you get on your toes, you bend your knees a little bit more.
Okay.
You go like this. So since you have a platform stance, this is going to be even easier, less complicated, okay? 1, 2, 3. No more foot faults. You understand?
Yeah.
Do it again.
You know,
Say again?
I feel before I was completely flat-footed on my feet.
Well, of course you were. Because you're taking a step deep inside the service motion. When the ball is about to be hit, that's when you were taking a step. The ball was already in the air. That's when you took the step.
Yeah, never in my life I did.
So now, like I said, there's not only that it's an illegal move, it's also biomechanically not optimal because you're not loading the body the right way. But we'll get into that later, okay? Let's do a few more. You go 1, 2, toes. Look at this, no more foot faults. This is crazy. Sarah, how good is this?
It's smooth.
But what about the football correction?
No.
If you only knew this trick in college, huh?
I will have won that set.
You would have. All right, try a couple more. So you see it's not foot fault anymore because it's impossible to foot fault when you load in the proper way. So do one more and then we'll talk about how the body should be loaded. Okay, does that feel better or?
Better.
It feels better, right?
It feels more natural.
Feels more natural? Good. All right, so like I said, there's biomechanical reasons why this is important too. It's not just the fact that you now all of a sudden have a legal service, not illegal anymore, but you can load the body in the most optimal way. So what you're going to do is, we already talked about, you're going to bend your knees. But in addition to that, you already mentioned that you can put your hip a little bit inside the court. You can get a tilt. You know what I mean by tilt? You get your shoulders to be like this. You already do that to some extent, but you're going to do it even more.
Like here?
Exactly. So when you get to that third part, when you start loading, when you start transferring the weight here, once you start getting towards the tip of that front foot, you start popping the hip out and getting this left side up while the right side is down.
Okay.
You get a tilt, okay?
So I go 1,
2, 3, and bend a little more, bend a little more. A little bit more of a bend, yeah. There you go. Now remember that the loading is going to happen as the racket travels up here. Now you have a little bit of a pause here,
okay.
which complicates things a little bit, but it's not a deal breaker by any means. But it's not the optimal way either, but that's not something we can fix right now. We'll talk about that another time. So go ahead and bend your knees. Bend a little more, get on your toes, heels up. Okay, left arm a little higher.
Wait, and this one is on the foot.
Both feet are going to be on your toes. Get a little bit down more on your knees. Down, 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 a little bit more down. There you go. Now you got a perfect tilt right here. Okay. You're bent and you have what I call a J bent, which is what most WTA players use. So basically your upper body is straight, but your knees are bent. See, ATP players will actually bend backwards like this, see?
Uh-huh.
You don't see that much on WTA.
So is that the reason why most players put the feet for balance, or no?
You're talking about the pinpoint stance?
Yes.
No, that's just a stylistic thing.
It's a stylish,
It's a
no?
style. Pinpoint stance is style. Now, it's interesting that you have a platform because most female players have a pinpoint stance. So there's a little bit of evidence that I've been able to gather through my research that a pinpoint stance will give you a little bit more forward momentum, and you get a little bit more power from a pinpoint stance. So when that back foot comes forward, you get a little bit more momentum.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do now is load the body in the most optimal way, okay? So we're gonna get a little bit more into a knee bend, we're gonna get that hip slightly in front, we're gonna get a tilt, okay? 1, 2, 3. That was a little better, do it again. Sarah, you see there's no more foot fault.
It's so true.
Don't forget the step 1 and 2. Don't forget step 1 and 2. You go front, back, and then front again. That rocking motion, that going back and forth, can also help you with momentum and rhythm, okay? Load the body a little bit more powerfully, okay?
The what?
Load the body in the most optimal way. Bend your knees, go back into your loading position. Go ahead and go back in the trophy. Okay, left arm is going to be up. You're going to bend, bend, bend. Throw your hip inside, bend your knees, get on your toes, hold. That's the loading position. I lean in a little bit, lean, 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 lean. I hold you, lean forward, lean into the court. No, with the whole body, I'm gonna hold you, lean in.
Lean in.
Lean, 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 more. Lean means like this. Lean into the court, lean, like that.
And tell me something, when I toss it and I go here,
Yeah.
is that like, I'm doing, okay, with my arm, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing here. I feel I'm tossing the ball all the time behind me, even if that I want to hit it in front.
You feel like you're tossing the ball behind you a lot?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. It's an actual toss mechanical problem. So maybe you're holding onto the ball too long.
Okay.
Maybe your hand position upon the release, it's a little bit cupped like this, it's a little bit curved.
Right.
Could be many reasons, but I don't really think your toss is that problematic. I think you are able to throw it in front.
Okay.
If I see mistakes, I'm going to point them out to you, but I think you're going to be okay. So throw the ball a little bit inside the court and lean forward, okay? You continue doing the 1, 2, 3 rhythm. Okay, a little bit more in front. Go 1. That was a nice looking serve, Sarah. Just a little bit more in front, a tad more in front of you. It's going to be perfect. Okay, let me show you. Watch this serve right here. Just watch where I make contact. You see that? Way inside the baseline. Don't be afraid to throw it out there. Best one so far. You see the power? And easier too, right? Well, that's what I call forward momentum. It's probably the easiest way to get power, because your entire body weight is going into the contact. It's a very effortless way to create power in the service by utilizing forward momentum. And all that is really throwing the ball in front and allowing the body to slightly lean forward. Okay. Now, within that, you're still going to be loaded, like I told you, in the most optimal way by being on your toes, bending your knees, and getting that nice tilt going. Sarah, no foot fault. The foot faults are gone forever. That's amazing. I have not seen you foot fault one single time since we made the adjustment.
And I'm not thinking about it, I'm just doing what you told me.
Well, that's another great point you bring up, because this is good for you because you're a coach as well. Most players, when they try to fix the foot fault, they try to fix the foot fault deep inside the service motion. Mm-hmm. And now the ball's already up in the air, they start thinking about their feet, the entire serve falls apart and they can't fix the foot fault, and the serve becomes really bad, really fast. So the way you fix the foot fault is in the prep phase. It's in those first 3 steps that we talked about. Okay. That's where you fix the foot fault. You try to fix it deep inside the serve, you're gonna have problems. I encourage you to count out loud for now until it becomes muscle memory. You go 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, what do you think that toss? It was good rhythm, by the way, but the toss went behind you, right?
Behind you and to the left.
Yeah, so what you got to remember is the following. When it comes to the toss, in your mind, you have to visualize releasing at your chin level, because the release point is actually going to be somewhere between your nose and your forehead. That's the perfect release point. But there's always a delay between our intention and the muscle executing an action, okay? Because the toss arm does gain quite a bit of speed towards the release. So you have to trick your body because of this delay and visualize releasing at the chin, which is going to result in a release that's a little bit later, usually somewhere between the nose and the forehead.
Okay.
So in the next few, visualize releasing right here when your hand passes the chin. There, right there is perfect. Yes, that's it.
1, 2, 3.
How good was that serve? You see
That
the
was good.
the toss was in front, no
That
foot
was
fault.
good.
And you got some nice pop on there
A
too.
lot of power.
That was amazing.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3.
Sarah, these are fantastic serves, and something that's incredibly interesting is that now all of a sudden you're doing a pinpoint stance. You know what I mean by pinpoint stance?
Like when
Your back foot is pulling up.
I'm doing it natural.
Well, see, what's happening is because you're doing now the 1, 2, 3 rhythm, because before you told me you had a platform stance, correct? Your back
I
foot
do.
was set. Because the forward movement at number 3, let's go through it again. 1, 2, and then look, you go 3. That 3 part is dragging the back foot up naturally.
Yep.
And it suits you because I told you the vast majority of female players has a pinpoint stance.
Right.
Why? Because a pinpoint stance gives you a little bit more power. Not that much, but there's a little bit more momentum there.
Right.
So it makes sense that female players who don't serve as fast as the men have to utilize all the natural ways to create power. So they generally will have a little bit of a longer take back, they will have a higher toss, and they will also serve with a pinpoint stance. All natural ways of getting more momentum.
Right.
So I highly encourage you to continue doing the pinpoint stance.
Okay.
Especially now that it's kind of happening on its own.
Okay.
All right, so do a couple more.
1, 2, 3.
Sarah, these are killer serves.
That was really good.
Awesome. Take a couple more on the ad side, okay? And by the way, no more foot faults. I can't repeat that enough. That is so fascinating to me that you haven't foot faulted a single time.
And I'm not thinking about it.
Unbelievable, right?
1, 2.
Sarah, you're serving faster than before.
Much faster.
Yeah, right? What would you
More
think
power.
percentage-wise? Like 5% faster, 10%
I
faster?
think 10%, but without me thinking, I'm hitting it faster.
It's just on its own, it's ended up
Uh-huh.
faster.
It's
That's
just
fantastic.
smooth.
All right, do one more, last one.
1, 2, 3.
Sarah, this is incredible.
That was really good.
This is 30-minute serve transformation.
That was really good. Totally.
Very good. You keep going like this.
Thank you.
Now you have a big
it was
serve.
perfect.
Very good.
I'm ready
and,
to ace.
And no more foot faults for the rest of your life.
That's true.
All you got to do is remember the 1, 2, 3 rhythm, and foot faults are a thing of the past.